Imagine waking up before roads, hospitals, grocery stores, clocks, laws, and written language. No phone, no clean water, no map, no flashlight, no shoes built for this. No one coming if you shout. You are not a warrior. You are not a survival expert. You are not a movie caveman with perfect instincts. You are just a modern human dropped into a prehistoric landscape with a body that still expects the world to have plumbing. So, here is the real question. How long would you last in prehistory? Most people imagine they would figure it out. Find water, make fire, build shelter, maybe hunt something. And, to be fair, that confidence is not completely stupid. Humans are adaptable. A modern person can observe, learn, improvise, and stay calm longer than panic wants them to. But prehistoric survival was not built on confidence. It was built on local knowledge, where water gathered, which plants were safe, how animals moved, how fire behaved in real weather, and which small injuries could become serious. That knowledge took generations. You arrive with none of it. You arrive with intelligence, but not context. And prehistory has one cruel rule. Every solution becomes another test. You find water, good. Now you have to know if it is safe. You avoid hunting big animals. Smart. Now you still need calories. You rest because you are tired. Reasonable. Now cold, insects, and fear get more time to work on you. Prehistory rarely kills you with one dramatic mistake. It lets small mistakes survive long enough to team up. A careless modern person may start breaking by day 3. A calm, lucky, careful person might reach day 4 or day 5. If you make it to day 7 alone, with no tools, no group, and no local knowledge, that is not normal. That is luck, restraint, and pain working together. But day 7 is not victory. It only means prehistory has not finished collecting from you yet. Day 1 does not kill you. That is why it is dangerous. At first, your body still feels like yours. Your legs work. Your heart is strong. Your mind is fast. You are hungry, but not starving. Thirsty, but not desperate. Scared, but not broken. So you think, okay, I can do this. The world looks wild, but not impossible. Grass, trees, rocks, birds, maybe animal tracks, maybe water somewhere downhill. The sun is still up. You still have energy. Your first instinct is movement. Find higher ground. Find water. Find shelter. Follow tracks. Maybe hunt something small. That sounds smart, but do not celebrate yet. In prehistory, movement is not always progress. Sometimes movement is just a faster way to spend calories. Every step costs water. Every slope risks a twisted ankle. Every thorn, sharp stone, hidden hole, or broken branch can open your skin. In the modern world, that is annoying. Here, it can become a countdown. Then comes your first false hope, hunting. You see movement in the grass and think, maybe I can catch something. But animals are not waiting to become your dinner. Even a rabbit-sized animal is fast, alert, and built by millions of years of not being caught. You have no spear, no bow, no trap, no knowledge of wind, tracks, dens, or animal behavior. You are not hunting. You are jogging after calories that are better at escaping than you are at chasing. So you change the plan. Maybe you do not need meat. Maybe you can eat something easy. Berries, roots, leaves, insects. Something quick, and maybe you can. A few safe bites could help you make it through the day. But here is the problem. You do not know the local rulebook. In the modern world, food comes with labels. In prehistory, food and poison can wear the same colors. The worst part is that a bad choice may not punish you immediately. You might eat something questionable and feel fine for hours. You might drink from a shallow pool and still walk away. You might scratch your leg, ignore it, and think it is nothing. That is how day 1 tricks you. It lets you survive while quietly planting problems for day 2. By dusk, the landscape changes. The air cools. Insects rise. Shadows thicken under trees. The same forest that looked manageable in daylight becomes a wall of sound. Now you need a place to sleep. Not a perfect shelter, just somewhere less exposed to wind, rain, cold ground, insects, and whatever moves at night. You try to rest, but your body does not trust the dark. Every crack in the brush sounds like teeth. Every animal call feels personal. Your eyes adjust slowly. Your imagination moves too fast. You survive day 1. Good. But do not celebrate yet. Day 1 only killed the easiest version of your confidence. Day 2 asks for something your body cannot negotiate with: water. On day 2, your body starts asking for things you cannot guarantee. You wake up weaker than yesterday. Not destroyed. Not helpless. Just worse. Your mouth is dry. Your lips feel tight. Your head feels heavier. Your feet are sore from uneven ground. The first bad night has already made you slower. You are still alive. You can still think. You can still adapt. Then you find water. Maybe it is a stream. Maybe a shallow pool. Maybe rain caught in a hollow. It looks clear. It moves over stones. It sounds clean. And the modern brain says, there, problem solved. Not so fast. Clear water is not a promise. It is just danger with better lighting. You do not know what is upstream. A dead animal, feces, parasites, rotting plants, mud, bacteria. You do not have a pot. You do not have tablets. You do not have a filter. You may know boiling helps, but knowing fire is possible is not the same as making fire while thirsty, cold, and losing daylight. Still, thirst pushes you. This is where prehistory becomes unfair. The worse your thirst gets, the more reasonable bad choices sound. One sip is probably fine. Maybe it is. Maybe you drink and nothing happens right away. That is the trap. Unsafe water does not always hit like lightning. Sometimes it waits. It gives you relief today, then returns later as stomach pain, vomiting, diarrhea, weakness, or faster dehydration. Day 2 may not be the day bad water breaks you. It may be the day bad water joins your story. And you still need food. Again, survival is not a video game level. You do not solve water once. You do not solve food once. You have to solve them every day, with a body that gets worse every morning. You think about hunting again, but yesterday already gave you the lesson. Animals are not NPCs, so you pivot. Fish. Fish seem easier. They do not have claws. They do not charge. They are right there in the water. But do not celebrate yet. Fish are not easier. They are just quieter. Water bends light. The fish is not exactly where your eyes think it is. It is slippery, fast, and designed to explode away from motion. Catching fish reliably usually means tools: baskets, nets, spears, traps, knowledge of currents, shallow water, seasons, and timing. Without that, you are mostly cooling your hands, wasting energy, and teaching fish how funny modern humans look. So you pivot again. Fruit, roots, insects, some of that could work. Prehistoric people used wide food knowledge, but that knowledge was not guessed in one afternoon. It was carried by groups, elders, memory, and practice. You have hunger and vibes. That is not the same thing. By the end of day 2, you may still be standing. You may even feel proud. You found water. You avoided big animals. You ate something. You survived another day. Good. But do not celebrate yet. Every morning, you wake up with less body than yesterday. And day 3 is when your body starts showing you the receipt. Day 3 is where the average modern person starts breaking. Not dying. Breaking. You stand up slower. Your legs feel heavy. Your feet burn. A blister may have opened. Your shoulders ache. Your stomach is empty enough to make everything smell like food. Your mouth dries faster. Your thinking is still there, but less sharp. You are not useless. That matters. A modern person is not doomed just because the world is old. You can still reason. You can still avoid obvious risks. You can still learn from yesterday. But now, every decision is being made by a worse version of you. You need water again. You need food again. You need shelter again. Every day resets the question. But your body does not reset with it. You think, I just need to rest. Good instinct. Rest can save you. But do not celebrate yet. Resting in the wrong place can cost daylight, body heat, and safety. Sit too long on cold ground, and the cold starts stealing from you. Rest near insects, and they find every opening. Rest too far from water, and tomorrow becomes harder. In prehistory, even rest has to be skilled. Then there are your feet. Modern humans underestimate feet because shoes do quiet hero work every day. Without proper protection, the ground becomes a weapon. Stone, thorns, wet soil, sharp grass, mud, roots, slopes. A small cut changes how you walk. A blister changes your speed. A twisted ankle changes the whole story. When your feet suffer, your world shrinks. You cannot reach better water. You cannot gather enough fuel. You cannot move away from danger quickly. You cannot explore without paying for it later. This is why day 3 matters. It is the first real wall. If you are careless, this is where you begin to spiral. Not because a monster appears, but because your body becomes less useful than your plans. Still, you might make it. You might conserve energy. You might choose safer water. You might avoid risky food. You might find a better sleeping spot. You might stop trying to conquer the landscape and start trying not to annoy it. If you make it to day 4, respect. You have passed the first filter. But do not celebrate yet. Now the most dangerous thing returns. Confidence. If you see day 4, you are no longer just a lost modern person. You are a problem prehistory has not solved yet. That is not nothing. You survived the shock. You found water. You made some food choices. You did not break your ankle. You did not panic walk yourself into total exhaustion. You survived multiple nights without a bed, a wall, or a lock. You have done better than a careless modern person. But you did not come through clean. Your body is dirty, sore, and sleep-starved. Your feet hurt. Your skin has scratches. Your hands are rougher. Your stomach may feel strange from unfamiliar food or questionable water. You are still thinking, but your thinking is now mixed with pain. And this is where day 4 becomes dangerous. You begin to believe your guesses are knowledge. I know where the water is now. I know which plants look safe. I know where to sleep. I am adapting. Maybe you are. But do not celebrate yet. Surviving 3 days does not mean you understand the landscape. It means your first mistakes have not fully matured. Prehistoric people were not failed versions of us. They were specialists. They knew where water gathered after rain. They knew which plants fed you, healed you, irritated skin, or killed slowly. They understood animal tracks as stories, how old they were, where the animal moved, whether the ground was wet, whether the wind had changed. That knowledge was not downloaded. It was inherited, practiced, corrected, and remembered. Your modern brain is powerful, but it arrived with the wrong library. You know traffic lights, passwords, expiration dates, search engines, and weather apps. Useful knowledge. Almost none of it tells you which muddy bank is safe to drink from. Then day 4 offers a new hope. Fire. You know, fire matters. Warmth, light, cooked food, boiled water, smoke, morale. You have seen people make fire online. Friction, sparks, dry grass, bow drill. Easy enough, right? Not when your hands are cold. Not when your tinder is damp. Not when daylight is fading. Not when hunger makes you impatient. Not when your first 10 attempts fail and every attempt spends energy you cannot refund. Knowing fire is possible is not the same as making fire under pressure. If you succeed, fire changes everything. If you fail, the failed attempt still costs time, calories, and hope. That is the cruelty of day 4. You are good enough to try bigger solutions, but not skilled enough to trust them. If you survive, day 4, you have done something real. But do not celebrate yet. Day 5 asks a worse question. How many bad ideas can hunger make sound reasonable? By day 5, hunger becomes a voice. And it is a terrible advisor. Your body status is no longer subtle. Your stomach tightens. Your hands may shake. Your patience is thinner. Your attention sticks to anything that looks edible. Fruit, roots, eggs, insects, fish, mushrooms, carrion, anything. You are still alive. But now, hunger is participating in your decisions. First, it tries the dramatic plan, hunt something. But without tools, tracking skill, group coordination, and knowledge of animal behavior, Hunting is mostly a way to turn your last energy into disappointment. A fast animal can waste you. A wounded animal can hurt you. A hidden animal can surprise you. A large animal can end the discussion. So, you pivot, fish. Maybe you can stand in shallow water, wait, strike, grab, trap something between rocks. Sometimes, maybe. But do not celebrate yet. Fishing without tools is not easy hunting. It is a skill problem, wearing a calmer face. The water is cold. The stones are slippery. Your feet already hurt. Your hands are slower than the fish. The light lies about where the fish really is. Every failed attempt burns energy and body heat. After an hour, you may have nothing except wet legs, colder hands, and a new respect for every ancient person who ever made a basket trap. So, you pivot again. Plants. This feels logical. Plants do not run away. They do not bite. They are everywhere. But nature offers food and poison in the same packaging. Some plants feed you. Some irritate your skin. Some upset your stomach. Some look harmless until they are inside you. Some parts of a plant may be edible, while other parts are not. Some need preparation. Some need cooking. Some need knowledge you do not have. And mushrooms? Mushrooms are nature's way of asking how confident you are in being wrong. Still, hunger pushes. You may eat something. Maybe it helps. Maybe it gives you enough calories to stand another day. That is the hope. But do not celebrate yet. A bad meal does not have to kill you today. It can weaken you for tomorrow. It can make your stomach cramp, make you vomit, make you lose water, make you sleep worse, make you walk slower, and make every future decision worse. Day 5 is not just about food. It is about judgment. Because hunger does not make you brave. It makes bad ideas sound practical. If you survive day 5, you have learned fast. You have resisted some dangerous impulses. You have kept going when comfort was gone, but do not celebrate yet. Day 6 is when the small damage from the last 5 days starts growing teeth. Day 6 is when tiny problems stop being tiny. Your body is now a record of everything you did wrong, everything you did right, and everything you were forced to do anyway. Your feet do not just hurt, they change how you walk. A scratch does not just sting. It may look red, swollen, or warm. Your stomach does not just feel empty. It may be reacting to bad water, bad food, or stress. Your sleep is not just poor. It has made you slower, clumsier, and easier to scare. And still, the same needs return. Water, food, shelter, warmth, safety. Again, this is what makes prehistory brutal. There is no checkpoint, no clean bed, no full recovery, no medicine cabinet, no button that says restore health. Every morning, you wake up with less body than yesterday. You might think, these are small problems. A cut, a blister, a stomachache, a bad night, a little dizziness, a little cold. And you would be right. Individually, they are small. But do not celebrate yet. Prehistory is good at addition. Pain changes your walking. Bad walking creates new pain. Poor sleep slows your thinking. Slow thinking makes bad choices more likely. Bad water worsens dehydration. Dehydration worsens fatigue. Fatigue makes you clumsy. Clumsiness makes injury easier. And infection does not need drama. It only needs an opening. A small cut is not small when the world is made of dirt. This is also where fear becomes less like a moment and more like weather. It is always there. You are afraid of drinking wrong, afraid of eating wrong, afraid of not eating at all, afraid of walking too far, afraid of staying put, afraid of animals you cannot see, afraid of your own body betraying you. That kind of fear spends energy. It makes sleep lighter. It makes decisions sharper in the wrong way. It turns every unknown into a possible threat. If you survive day 6, you are not weak. You are not stupid. You have fought hard. But do not celebrate yet. If you reach day 7, the question changes. It is no longer, can you make one smart move? It becomes, how much longer can your body keep paying? If you see day 7, respect. Most modern people would probably not reach this point alone without tools, training, or local knowledge. You have done something difficult. You stayed calm enough. You found some water. You avoided some bad risks. You got calories somehow. You survived multiple nights. You kept moving when your body wanted to stop. But this is not victory. This is borrowed time. By day 7, your body is no longer fresh enough to absorb mistakes cheaply. A cold night costs more. A bad drink costs more. A wrong plant costs more. A twisted ankle costs more. A missed meal costs more. A small wound matters more. You are not starting new problems. You are carrying old ones. And the most dangerous false hope appears now. I have adapted. Maybe a little. But do not celebrate yet. Surviving 7 days does not mean you understand prehistory. It means prehistory has not finished explaining itself. Real long-term survival was not about one tough individual beating nature through attitude. It was about people. A prehistoric group was not just a collection of bodies. It was a walking library. One person knew water. One knew tracks. One knew plants. One knew stone. One knew fire. One watched children. One remembered where someone got sick last season. One knew which valley became dangerous after rain. One knew when silence meant animals had changed their behavior. That is the final twist. Alone, you might last days. If you are unusually calm, lucky, and careful, maybe a week. But long-term survival in prehistory was never just about muscles. It was about memory, cooperation, tools, fire, local knowledge, and shared experience. A modern human is not useless. But alone, you are incomplete. You arrive with intelligence, but not context. You arrive with confidence, but not practice. You arrive with a body built by evolution, but softened by systems that usually solve survival before you notice it. Every faucet is a solved thirst. Every shoe is a solved wound. Every refrigerator is a solved rot. Every wall is a solved night. Every doctor is a solved infection that once might have ended a life. So how long would you last in prehistory? 1 day means you kept panic from driving. 3 days means you made some good choices. 5 days means you learned fast, got lucky, and did not let hunger make every decision. 7 days means something remarkable. But it does not mean you beat prehistory. It means you survived the opening round, and tomorrow morning, you still wake up thirsty.